Hi everyone, my name is Shazia and welcome back to my channel. In this video, we're going to talk all about reality shows, the different formats, what the audition process is like, and how my audition process went, because that's why you clicked on this video. So stay tuned and we'll get into it. If you've been in front of a screen lately, then you know that reality series have taken over our viewing platforms. Reality TV has always been a popular format for television, especially since the early 2000s. Content can range from dating shows to survival shows, expedition competitions, or even game shows are all considered forms of reality TV, also known as unscripted programming. Each style has its own format and rules that each contestant needs to abide by. For example, some game shows like Jeopardy or Wheel of Fortune might need people who have a lot of trivia background or are really good at words and reading and crossword puzzles. Another type of show, maybe a survivalist show, might require people who actually know how to survive in the wilderness or have some type of physical ability and strength to be able to complete whatever kind of tasks are on the show. We're also more familiar with the observational kind of reality shows where we watch very big personality characters engage in different conflicts in their life, and we just fall in love with them and their stories, and that's really why people tune in back every week. So before you apply, make sure you know exactly what show you're applying to and if it's the right fit for you. That way you can really stand out from everyone else and make sure that you're the best suited for that position. The show that I auditioned for was actually a Muslim matchmaking show. I consider myself an adventurous person, so seeing an opportunity to apply to a reality show about Muslim matchmaking kinda caught my eye, and I decided to do the first round of applications, which was just sending my basic information to a casting assistant. After a few days, I got a call back from the assistant and we scheduled time to meet with the casting director. Once you've identified the type of reality show you want to apply to, now it's time to get ready for your auditions. To be honest, this audition was my first experience auditioning and being with a casting director, but I've learned a lot of great tips, like creating a strong personal brand. So when you create a strong personal brand, you can automatically be memorable to the casting director, right? You can narrow down your personality into 3-4 words and be easily remembered by them. And remember, these words that you're narrowing down, think about your skills, think about your traits, your personality, and what really highlights the best parts of yourself. The way that I found out about this audition and the way that you can actually get noticed by casting directors, because they are actually looking, is on social media. Social media, as you know, is a great way to get noticed, showcase your skills and your personality, depending on what type of show you're applying for, of course. Sometimes there might be an open casting call where you show up in person and perform your audition, or other times there might be scheduled appointments, or like how I did, I simply emailed someone. Game shows will have their websites outfitted with applications so that you may apply to be on the show. Just keep an eye out for your favorite shows and how you can get on them. Now let's get into the audition process. Putting yourself out there, being in an audition is definitely nerve-wracking. It's very stressful to put yourself out there, but the one key thing is to always present yourself as confident and outgoing. Like Rihanna says,
what do you do on those days that you don't feel that confident or fearless or powerful like you did out there?
Pretend.
Fake it?
Yeah.
Until we make it?
I mean, why not? It's either that or cry myself to sleep. Who wants to do that? You wake up with puffy eyes the next day. That's a waste of tears.
So for reality shows, casting directors are really looking for dynamic folks. And that doesn't mean you have to be the loudest person in the room. It just means that whatever your personality is, that you have like a strong sense of it, right? Like if you're a moody, brooding person, lean into that. Of course, don't be boring, right? Because then you're probably not likely to get casted, but it's okay to have different personality types. I know, especially in the US, we favor extroverted folks, and I guess that makes sense for reality shows. So you do need to have some level of ability to have social interactions with strangers in really stressful situations, probably at like 3-4 o'clock in the morning. So just making sure that you are mentally prepared for that, also physically prepared for that, because it can be a stressful experience. Ultimately, remember that this was meant to be fun. My experience during the audition process went like this. I met with a casting director on Skype. I had a profile actually that I had to fill out beforehand, all about me, my interests, my life history, general things about my family, what I do, what I'm looking for in a partner. From there, we scheduled the Skype meeting. So now I'm meeting with the casting director. Very well known. She has casted for a number of well-known reality shows, and it was very nice talking to her. It was just sort of conversational, just like we're having now. Tell me about yourself. Sometimes they will prompt you to say things because your audition is actually almost always being recorded. A simple prompt would be to repeat the question. Where do you live and what do you do? Los Angeles, and I'm a DEI consultant. That's not gonna sound right in a sound bite. So I would have to say, well, I live in Los Angeles and I work as a diversity, equity, and inclusion consultant. I actually got to the second round of callbacks for this series. By that point, I was still considering if this is the right path for me. As we all know, reality shows don't always have the best reputation, so I really wanted to consider this opportunity and see exactly how I would be portrayed, which takes us to our next section on making it to the show. At this point, you've made it through the audition process and now you've been casted on the show. Some things to keep in mind when you start filming as a cast member. Everything you do is now being filmed. Unfortunately, for people who have never even stepped on a set before, been around the entertainment industry, this is a brand new experience. Oftentimes you might not react how you think you would react in normal life because you're being put in very special, unique circumstances. So just keep that in mind if you're ever wondering about applying to a show. As I mentioned before, taking care of yourself while filming is really important. Oftentimes you're put in difficult situations that will push your buttons, right? Depending on what kind of show you're in, producers want reactions from people, right? That's why they cast big personalities or extreme personalities, because they want to see how they all kind of come together and what sort of entertainment and reactions we'll get from that. Back to my audition process. When I was being asked questions during the second round, those questions started to now kind of probe further deeper into my personal life. And I was not ready to expose myself like that. To be very honest, it's a matchmaking show, right? So wanting to know about my history, what I'm looking forward to, and all of that was fine, surface level, but wanting to know traumatic experiences that have happened is what really put the last nail in the coffin. I decided not to pursue the show at all. Talking about being exposed brings us into our next section, ratings and revenue. So how do you know you're on a successful reality show? Well, the bread is in the pudding, i.e. revenue and ratings. Reality shows are notoriously known for having viral shots and clips of contestants, usually having meltdowns or saying really interesting or snappy comebacks, and you can see how that's actually proliferated our media and culture through memes and reaction videos and things like that. Networks want to produce shows that will generate large audiences and get high ratings. American Idol in the early 2000s used to be a national event every evening where we would all sit around the television and watch people fail or achieve their dreams. Nowadays, we have a lot more boutique reality shows that can focus on very specific and niche intersections of social life. For example, The Real Housewives or the 90 Day Fiancé series. Netflix has come up with their own slew of reality shows. Of course, a good concept is also key to a successful show, but when the cast is captivating, entertaining, dynamic, then that also usually takes it into the next level and makes it a staple in social culture. In conclusion, trying out for a reality show takes a lot of preparation and hard work, but if you're the right type of person and you're ready for an exciting adventure, then it might be the right adventure for you. If you're going to be a reality show contestant, I think it's important that you stick to your values, stay true to yourself, and don't worry about ratings, cameras, or anything else. Just live the experience as your own unique experience. And if you're curious about the show, I'm sorry to tell you that it still has not gone forward into pre-production. Currently, they're still casting because they can't find enough Muslim men to apply to the show. Fingers crossed we get something really soon. If you enjoyed watching this video, hit like and subscribe for more content. And also comment below your favorite reality show, or maybe a reality show you just absolutely hate. I want to hear it. Till next time, friends. Bye.